I'm Soft Serenity. I'm going to be reading more from the Legend of Zelda, Hyrule Historia. A very great guy wanted me to read more of this, so that's what I'm going to do in this video. Because this is such a large book, I decided to only read certain sections about Twilight Princess this time. So, let's go ahead and get started. I'll just open up the book here. All these different pictures. Okay, so this particular section is talking more about the storyline of the game. So I'll go ahead and start right up here. The invasion of Shadow in the Twilight Realm. Ganondorf's powers of darkness. Ganondorf was sent to the Twilight Realm. There, the Demon King granted the ambitious and magical powers and began plotting to unite the Light World and the Twilight Realm into a single realm known as the Dark World. Xant's influence steadily increased. Clouds of darkness covered the Twilight Realm, and the Twilight began transforming into demons. Midna, the Twilight Princess, attempted to oppose him, but was cursed and fled to the Light World. The King of Twilight Xant invades the Light World. The peace that had reigned in the Light World for hundreds of years was broken by Xant's army of shadow beasts. Xant, now known as the King of Twilight, launched an invasion of Hyrule, and Princess Zelda was faced with a decision. Would she allow the kingdom to be destroyed in the fires of war? Or would she surrender and allow Hyrule to fall under the domain of the Twilight? The princess chose the latter. Across the land, the light spirits lost light to the twilight. The Light World was gradually transformed into twilight, and the people, not realizing what was happening, were filled with a shadowy fear. I'll go ahead and read this part right here. People of the Twilight Realm. The Twilight Realm is a beautiful place, enveloped in the calm of a falling dusk. The inhabitants are gentle, pure-hearted creatures who make their homes within the realm's radiance. The Twilight wield the power of magic, though its strength does not reach the levels possessed by those who were sealed away in ancient times. Members of the powerful royal family choose one from among themselves to inherit the positions of leader. The people of the Twilight live in peace for many years, but there were those among them who had felt that the denizens, I believe that's how you say it, of the Light World were oppressing them. Despite Xant's ambitions, he was not chosen to be king, and Princess Midna instead became leader of their people. read right up here now. Midna and Link meet. Midna began searching for a way to oppose Zant. Just then, a human appeared who had been transformed into a beast by the twilight. It was none other than Link, a young man from Ordon village, in whose veins flowed the blood of the hero of time. According to a legend passed down in the twilight, the savior of the world would appear in the form of a beast. Midna decided to join Link to defeat Zant and to take back the Twilight Realm. Of fused shadows and light spirits. Link took on the role of the hero, restoring light to each reign of the land and finally regaining his human form. With the help of Link, Midna began to collect the fused shadows. However, she was attacked by Zant, who stole the shadows and left her on the brink of death, suffering from grave wounds. Link was also cursed by Zant and turned into a beast once more. The hero met with Princess Zelda at Hyrule Castle, who advised him to obtain the Master Sword. The princess then poured all of her power into Midna, saving her life. Link acquired the Master Sword from the Sacred Grove, and his curse was lifted by the sword's ability to dispel magic. Ordon Village and its citizens. The lush hamlet of Ordon Village is located to the south of Faron Woods in the province of Ordona. The inhabitants live in harmony with nature, raising animals such as mountain goats and harvesting crops, including pumpkins. Link sets out to save the village children following their abduction by Zant. Alright, let's turn the page. Repairing the Mirror of Twilight. Link and Midna at last arrived before the Mirror of Twilight, the entrance to the Twilight Realm. Midna became furious when she learned that Zant had broken the mirror, and that everything that had happened was the result of Ganondorf's banishment to the Twilight Realm. The two set out to collect the shards of the Mirror of Twilight. Their journey saw them travel not only across the great span of Hyrule, but also the illusory city in the sky. They succeeded in repairing the mirror, and then traveled to the Twilight Realm to defeat Zant. The light liberated from the Twilight Realm came to rest within Link's sword, driving back Zant's powers of darkness. Even the guardian deity of the Light Realm came to recognize him as a hero. Link confronted Zant in the Palace of Twilight. Midna regained the fused shadow from Zant and destroyed him with the Twilight's ancient powers. This looks like it's just a map and the writing system of the Twilight era and the alphabet that they used. So we're going to go ahead and go to this page. Hyrule Castle is shrouded in twilight. Zant's defeat did not mark the end of Link's struggles. The King of Darkness yet remained. He who had used Zant to extend the domain of the Twilight had gained control of Hyrule. Link, with the help of the residents, advanced on Hyrule Castle, which was enshrouded in twilight. Ganondorf, King of Darkness, who had been resurrected in the Light World, remained seated on the throne of Hyrule Castle. He launched his attack by taking possession of Princess Zelda and transforming into a demonic beast. He later waged a battle with Link on horseback. Once Princess Zelda's spirit, which remained inside Midna, was returned to her body, she defended Link using the light arrows. You can see in the picture right there what they're talking about. Traces of the era of the Hero of Time. The Goron tribe and the Zora tribe continue to be prosperous during this era. The Kokiri tribe does not make an appearance. All that remains of them is their tribe's symbol in the forest temple. The Temple of Time, home to the Master Sword's pedestal, has rotted away and lies in ruins within the forest. And then there's this one more page right here. Princess Zelda's resurrection and Ganondorf's suppression. Ganondorf took up the blade that had been used by the sages in his own execution and commenced the final battle. However, Link was successful in defeating him. Ganondorf, the King of Darkness, had lost, and the crest of the Triforce of Power faded from the back of his hand. The curtain fell on the destiny of the demonic thief, Ganondorf, seeker of the Triforce, at least for a time. However, the invasion by the Twilight had produced much hostility and the existence of a counterpart. World to Hyrule had been exposed. The events of this time left behind a lingering scar whose effects would be felt in future eras. Princess Midna restored to her true form in the Twilight Realm. Once the curse had been lifted, Midna regained her true form, that of a bewitching princess. She then returned to the Twilight Realm, smashing the Mirror of Twilight, so that her world would never intersect with the Light World again. Her final request was that the denizens of the Light World not forget that there was another world within its shadows. Link returned the Master Sword to the forest and went back to Ordon Village. The world received the blessings of the gods once more, and the land was covered in light. So that's the ending of the game. And then there's a little portion right here. Link, the descendant of the Hero of Time. When Link stepped into the twilight, the crest of the Triforce of Courage on the back of his hand begins to glow, and he is transformed into a beast. When he regains his human form, he finds himself wearing the green garb of the hero. The spirit of Link's ancestor, the Hero of Time, teaches him his secrets. Ever since returning to the child era, the swordsman has lamented the fact that he was not remembered as a hero. This is the reason he passes down the proof of his courage and his secret techniques to Link of this era, addressing him as son. So there's them right there, and there's the hero. Hero shade. So that is the portion of this section that I wanted to read to you. Then there's also one more section. Let me see if I can get it. Really cool stained glass pictures of the different sages. I like that. Okay. Here's another section that I wanted to show you. This is the kind of concept art of Twilight Princess. And initially here's Link right here. Here's his different facial expressions and different tunics. And then here is also Wolf Link. In order to give players the impression that Link had transformed into a beast, his wolf form was designed using cartoon techniques to impact a fairy tale quality not seen in his human form. Midna's true form. Midna, as she appears after her true form is restored at the end of the game. If Zelda is a Western-style princess, Midna has the air of the Middle East about her. Here's her final form. And here's her when she's cursed. And here's some other concept art of, I'm guessing, ideas that they had in like different sketches and stuff like that. And it's kind of neat to see. Okay, now here is Zelda. Right up here it says, Zelda was originally depicted wearing a robe that hid her expression. The pictures on the bottom right represent what Zelda from Twilight Princess would look like if she transformed into Sheik. They were drawn for the Super Smash Brothers Brawl. It's kind of cool. And then here is Sand. During the early stages of the game, Sand appeared as an unnerving persona encased in the thick armor. When his true form is later unveiled, he gives off a strong impression of one whose cowardly ambitions and madness have been exposed. Okay, now here is Ganondorf. Though he was banished to the Twilight by the sages in Ocarina of Time, Ganon lives again. Though the timeline he inhabits differs from that of the Wind Waker, he is drawn to be around the same age as the Ganondorf in that game. The demonic beast Ganon. The creature Ganondorf transforms into during the fight at Hyrule Castle. Perhaps the Big Ganon caption on this piece of concept art was a nickname given to him by the staff. Right here. Big Ganon. Okay, here are the different light spirits. The spirits that watch over each corner of the land. In the game, they took on the form of animals, including deer and snakes. However, it seems as though the developers also considered making them humans with animal heads. You can see that right here. But they ended up going with these ones. Okay, here was the ancient hero that we talked about earlier. It says, the ghost of the hero who teaches Link his secrets. Some theorize that the fact that he holds his sword on his left hand indicates that he is actually Link from Ocarina of Time. That's kind of a cool theory if you think about it, since he does hold it on the left side, and he does call him son, and he was still a hero. here are some of the different other characters. Here is Ilya. Looking carefully at these concept sketches, you can see a mark that closely resembles Navi, the fairy that appeared in Ocarina of Time on Ilya's bow. I'd really be curious to know what they were planning with that. It's kind of interesting. Right there, like Navi. And then here are some of the other Ordon villagers in their drawings. And some of the children of Ordon Village. And here, Mallow, depicted here as a mischievous child, was popular among the development staff. As a result, he got his own in-game shop, the Mallow Art Mart. Right here, that's Mallow. And here are some of the other characters as well. These are the ones from Kakariko village. There's the chief and his daughter, and this is Barnes. He runs the bomb shop in that village. And then here is Telma. She runs the bar at the main Hyrule Castle kind of market area. And here are some of the other characters that you see in the game as well. Kind of like her, which is pretty cool. And some of the characters that aren't, that you don't see as much here as well. And now here is the Gorons. Here's the basic Goron that they have right here. Here's the Goron child, the Goron elder, these all these different ones. Here are the Zoras. I love the way they look. So interesting to see all these different drawings and ideas that they had. Now here are some of the different monsters. Look at all these different designs. And here's some Twilight emissaries. I really like this ending version of these guys that you have to fight compared to like something like that. I really like that kind of idea. Then here's a bow. Let's see, upon defeat, imp bows leave behind bow souls. Because you're so busy trying to catch the bows in the game, it's not often you get a chance to take a closer look. Okay, now here are some of the different weapons and items. Here's obviously the Master Sword. Here's Princess Zelda's bow. There's the Dominion Rod, slingshot, and the different shields. And then the bow, quiver, spinner, iron boots, and Hawkeye, and it looks like the Zora tunic. And then here's some more concept art. So all of these beautiful pictures. The Sacred Grove, Forest Spring, Fordon Village. There's some more art. Here's some of the places where you have to have some battles, like boss fights. And the mirror chamber. And on this side, oh, this is a really cool picture of Midna when you're a beast, and then when you're riding Epona, and looks like sand and Princess Zelda. It's a really cool picture. I like that. And that is all that is shown in this section of Twilight Princess. I hope this video relaxed you. I hope you enjoyed looking at all the different art concepts and the main storyline of the game. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video.